my baby. There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody. To love somebody. There's a good and a bad way to love some. I'm gonna treat you good. Man, I just missed it. Are you kidding me? I just saw the dopest thing and I didn't even get to save it. I'm gonna treat you good. Yeah, 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 baby. Ooh, yeah. They like. It's so cute. So cute. Okay, let me see what I'm doing. I am switching channels. So black motherfucker unicorns. Going live. Oh, today I'm thinking, Shantae, what are you doing with your life? Have you done the right things? And it's like, yeah, you have. So no reasons to be hard on yourself. I'm gonna treat you good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Are you serious? Y'all, I put this on there like an hour ago, I think. I think I take a lot of time and I don't even know I take that much time. So that is like so cool. So this is like already, it's already almost charged, darling. I'm hungry and I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat my breakfast because it's not something that's tempting to me. I have not taken one bite or sip of anything. So I hope it's not something in here that'll give me, that's making me sick. I won't know until I put something on my tongue. Until I put it on my tongue. Dude, I'm stripping as soon as this motherfucker starts Tumblr. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't you know I'm from the fucking South? I don't need all these goddamn clothes on. I don't need all these goddamn clothes on. That's how you get your little country boy. Fine ass country boy. Just talk to him like his country. Talk to him like his country. He'll come on out for you. Come on out and cut your lawn. Take off his shirt a couple times a week. That's all I'm saying. Get him to sing you a little country song or two or 10. He can make a whole album off you. He can make a whole album off of him. Cook him a little macaroni and cheese. Honey, he'll be eating you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't even have to use a cowbell. He'll be there. Awake and everything. You won't even have to call him. You won't have to yodel or anything, honey. The only yodeling's going to be in that bedroom. He'll probably have you with you about 15, 20 kids. That'll be enough to run the farm for a few years. You guys can sit back and be happy and pretty together. That there is how you get yourself a country boy. His dick will be bigger than a... That there's how you get yourself a country boy. Y'all, I am so happy. So today, one of my neighbors, the one I said, he's not crazy, they're fucking with him too. So, look, today he comes and he's like, in India, they had like an earthquake. When I heard earthquake, I get like frazzled for real. Because an earthquake is like the most fucking confusing shit that I've ever experienced in my life. In my whole fucking life. I mean, god damn, not being born with a lot of titties or whatever, not having the best ass in the room, being blind. You understand? But a fucking earthquake has frazzled me for the rest of my fucking life. But now I'm getting over it. Let me tell y'all why. This is why you have to travel. This is why it's okay to mix DNA. I'm about to break it down to you in this one little example. So, it's a small example. It's so small. It's so minuscule. But he decided to discuss that with me this morning. I was like, okay, cool beans, right? So I'm like, okay, that sounds like I got scared because I was like, they were in an earthquake, right? And I was explaining to him the reason why I don't like it is because it's like a wave and everything in the room is in the same spot. Like it's so visually, it's scary too. Like visually, you see it and you just like, ugh, this is a scary situation. So that is when he says, I think that they do nuclear explosions underground. I was like, they possibly could. Now listen, he has not been to the Perot Museum. All this time, I'm trying to show Ross Perot some jealousy, and he puts this shit in his museum, right? I'm talking about every time God shows me the way. I'm not jealous of Ross Perot, I'm just joking. But listen, this whole time in the Perot Museum, he has this ride where you can get in there and it takes you on a journey of how they put pipes underground, right? I think is it for drilling oil or something like that? So he was like, because of that, so this is what I started thinking about. It's like the video or the ride of how this is why you travel. This is why you travel. I started thinking of the ride, the Ross Perot ride, right? So I'm thinking of it. And I'm like, that makes sense. What you were saying makes sense. And he's like, he thought it was negative. I was like, I don't think it's negative. I was like, in the world that I'm in, these people only have, in this world of villains, these people they're very selfish. And they have been able to carry out their plan. You understand? Because there's no hero. Like, how can I be a hero and I'm poor? Or how can I be a hero and I know what's going on, but I don't know where it's at? Or how can I be a hero when they keep passing the information and then the person that gets it changes it? So that's the example too from this morning when the lady was racist, and really it was like something that just happened at Johnston Elementary, and they wanted to change the name from Johnston to Cedar Crest because Johnston, the person that it was named after, was like some type of racist or something. So this lady wants to change the Ben Carson, or she was like in Detroit, they were going to change the Ben Carson school name to something else. And it's like, so what? But at the same time, that's what you're actively trying to do because, and it's like the whole video, y'all, she did not make a point. I don't know where her point was. It was just like she made this point of going after Ben Carson, and instead of rewarding him, she was just putting him down. And so I was like, that's racism. That really is racist. So anyway, that's in my other thing, critical race theory. Like, you got to travel. So listen, if you travel and you saw this, like if you travel from Missouri to Texas and you see this at the Perot Museum, what he's saying makes sense. So then I was like, you know what it is? I think it's because they drill those holes into the ground. And so if they putting the holes in the ground and it's that deep, right? It's that freaking deep. Okay? So the hole is that deep. Some of them go to like close to the earth crust or something like that, right? And they making these and they making holes in the ground, even without them putting any explosives in there. The earth has to shift at some point, like something is shifting, right? So if it's shifting, then it's going to create a wave, and it's going to create an over the ground wave, which they're saying is an earthquake. You understand? But it's really the dust settling or whatever settling from inside of the hole that they put into the ground. That is our theory. Like, we just came up with that together. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to dispel his theory of them throwing bombs or putting nuclear weapons underground to blow them up. And he's not dispelling my theory of, wait a minute, it's probably when they drill for the pipes, it's probably the earth settling. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it's like that. It's like, and he said that he was supposed to probably work at the White House too. I was like, that's crazy. How these people wanted to have more people that they can control instead of us being able to move forward. And it was baby boomers. Like, y'all, these are baby boomers. You see it every day. Baby boomers are afraid of technology, or they don't know what it is for or what we're trying to do. So then they try to like stop us from making progress. And I'm talking about they have real jobs. They are real people that can say no. So somebody was also explaining that maybe we need younger people to be politicians now, because if they don't understand, younger people that have research, we need younger ethical people. You understand? Because I don't want to control another human being and make them do what I say and all this stuff. No, I want to be able to have a discussion like I just did this morning with a human being that was like very concerned about how this earthquake affected them. He said it was a 7, and then he said the aftershock was a 7 too. And so that's going to cause a lot of damage, right? Because that's only three scores away from a 10, right? Because isn't that the biggest one, a 10? So you just look at that and you just like, man, I mean, and so now the best part about it is that can he go back there and research the theory? Yes, he can, because we can actually see with a radar or whatever if there's holes in the ground, right? Listen. Y'all, when I start talking about Texas, we're going to look at it with holes in the ground. A hole. It's a hole, Shantae. A hole. HOLE. With holes in the ground. I'm talking country, y'all. Country. Do you hear me? I got to find my soul. So, that's it. I don't know. I just really enjoyed that discussion this morning, because that's how you need to wake up. That's how I want to wake up. I want to wake up with some dude that's sexy discussing with me something he saw on the news, and us coming up with some grand theory of what it's really about. And then being able to sit there and have the power to research it. And that's what we would have did at the White House. Yeah, he's like, they say I'm a pretty smart guy. That's all he said to y'all. They say I'm a pretty smart guy. I could have just kissed him on the forehead. I'm not joking. But instead, I gave him a few elbow taps, a handshake, and a smile. And I also taught him about interpersonal communication. So he was fixing his mask above his nose. He's like explaining to me about COVID. It is the cutest shit. I was like, no, you don't have to worry about that. I was like, what that was is because I started fixing my mask. And he's like, I'm sorry to do that. Like, you don't have to be sorry about it. It's like, what that is interpersonal communication. And it actually means I like you. Like, I like you as a person, as a human being. Like, you make me happy. If it's somebody you don't like and they did this or did this to themselves, you're not going to do it because you're like, I don't want to be like this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like this motherfucker. So, that's it. I'm just hungry. I can eat Sometimes y'all they blast that stuff in here. Whatever this stuff they put in here, and I can't, and it tastes like nothing. Like it'll taste like you don't want the food in your mouth. So I don't feel sick. I'm not weak or anything, but I gotta be sure. Yeah, the funny thing is they all keep trying to make us seem crazy because they want us to go to the psych ward. So it was another guy here. He was like, yeah, they sent me to the psych ward too. But telling them that he was sick. And that's it. So they have actually made us into an 80s movie. A real 80s movie. It's just the stand. Like the only people left are the people that can actually change and save the world. Okay, y'all, let's talk about today's question. Yeah, and this is part of my prediction too, y'all. It's like how some people stay in office too long. And so that was it. Like it's like some people actually just need to they need to hightail it up out of there, darling. Hightail it up out of there. And I'm saying I was telling them this when I was young. I mean, it was like this is straight up it. This too shall come to pass. And that now and they still behind, they still don't listen. It's like you still don't listen. And I'm right. Okay, so today is what does being part of a specific cultural group mean to each of us? I guess it's like a family question, and then let's look at cultural group. Let's move this baby. That's sort of Randy, my darling, Randy. A cultural group is defined simply as a collection of individuals who share a core set of beliefs, patterns of behavior, and values. And so usually they do this through race or culture or sometimes socioeconomic status. Like you can have like so many different cultural groups that you belong to. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you are, like women, like you belong to a specific group of women. This is a part of your identity iceberg, and this is something that is like really important to me right now because I have seen the disrespect of women. I was raised by ladies, and I'm talking about real ladies. You understand? Like they have culture and definition and like they are like for real. I was raised by like movie stars. Like my grandmother and her friends are like freaking movie stars. One woman, I talk about my godmother's mother. She owned like the ceramic studio in East St. Louis. So it's like even going over there, it's like just chilling out. Everybody's house was clean. Everybody's yards were cut nice. They don't do like they do tea, but they do beer. I'm not joking. Like they sit out and drink beer. They sit in the yard, drink beer, and watch us play. And then their husbands come pick them up, y'all. So it's like I don't know. I can't really That's as far as my group. That's the group of women. When I think about black, I think about elementary school, and then we had like a play mama. We never really had a play daddy, but the culture was like each one teach one. Everybody takes care of everybody. And like if somebody does something wrong, it's like, nope, don't do that. Like it's like they right away tell you don't do that. If you're smart, you get to like run the classroom, but that doesn't mean I can tell people what to do. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like I'm running the classroom, it's just I'm teaching. So they teach you also how to be a patient teacher. Even if your teacher wasn't patient. My most impatient teacher was Miss Triplet, and she's the one that taught us the most culture. She taught us how to play piano. She taught us etiquette. She taught us timetables. She taught us in cursive writing. She teaches like everything. But Miss Triplet does not play. She's like a little short, light-skinned woman. She will beat the fuck out of you with a pointer. It is just like she just tap your ass one good time. I was not gonna get hit. I actually I got a SWAT in first grade for writing in a math book before everybody else. But then the next SWAT I got while I was in the fourth grade. Like I didn't get SWATs throughout that whole time. I don't think any of us did. So that's it. Like, as far as being Jewish, I was just told I was Jewish, and I was only with my grandfather until I was 5. And that's it. And then Native American, like it's just like that's just in our house because my aunt is Native American. My aunt and my cousins. And so, and my great grandmother was, but it's not something that we talk about. Like, oh yeah, remember we got to go and shout to the rain or something like that. It's like we don't do none of that stuff. But as far as like spirits and stuff go, which I explained yesterday, it's like it's something else that we taught since we little. So we don't. So it's just all just one good thing. So it's so cool that this person, explanatory mutt, just followed me. It's like, oh yeah, that's so cool. So yeah, it's like we just mutts. I'm just a mutt. What else? Oh, belonging to a group of teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like my core values as far as teaching comes from, it does come from elementary school in Illinois, but also was reinforced again in Texas. Like it was actually just reinforced in Texas. Because of how in Texas they're very supportive. And so it's like it doesn't feel like at school it never felt like it was a color, like it was black or white. In elementary school, I'm talking about I was in all black school, all black community. It never felt black, white, anything because we don't mention color. And that's the same thing that happened in Texas and Irving and Carrollton Farmers Branch. I can't say the same thing for DISD, for Dallas ISD. But in Carrollton Farmers Branch and Irving, that's how it is. Like it's so nice to like into a place, and I'm gonna cry because they were like so sweet to me, y'all. I was like so poor, and I was going through a very hard time in a domestic violence relationship, right? And I was getting out of it, and he was probably stalking me at the time. But this is the thing. They were so nice. It was just like so much peace that they offered me. So for real, like as far as being a part of a group of teachers, I'm just gonna say I'm a Texas teacher. Even when I got my certification, the new teachers I was meeting were nice. And teachers only started having problems when they started trying to find schools to go to. That's when we found out that in the black community, they on some bullshit. It's just like I'm so serious. When you go to like Pleasant Grove in Texas, when you go to like the straight up black communities, you be like, this mother, you got to go in there and just do your job and leave. You know what I'm saying? Or try to teach them that that's not right. Like I have to tell, it's like if you sat there, you will be there all fucking day. Just like you need to be fired because these are administrators, y'all. It's not the teachers. It's actually the administrators that are this stupid. And you're just like, man, you don't need a job at all. But they own the school. They'll come in and just start making shit up. You just be like, I mean, they'll be mad. They be all up in your personal business, like who you sleeping with, what your car do, and all that different stuff. What your kids doing at the other schools. They want to be in all your fucking business, and it's like that's not your business. And I don't talk. All I do is do my job. So they didn't have time to do that. And I was a certified teacher. Like I was certified before I got my job. So I guess she was gonna try to run me through the mud if I wasn't certified. Like, bitch, I ain't no dummy. You see, I had to actually cuss the superintendent out on my third or fourth day at the school because she was trying to say that I didn't have my certification. Y'all, I could have yanked that bitch all the way over that fucking school. It's just like, I told her I'd take everything off this out of this school, off the walls and every goddamn thing. I cussed her ass out. She took her scary ass back in there and looked that shit up again and seen that I had my fucking certification. I said, you need to put my last name first. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Anybody can look it up. I got my fucking Texas certification. Now I got Texas, New York, New Mexico, Missouri, Illinois. Y'all don't be playing. If I get that certification, I get my shit. Like, these bitches, they can kiss my ass on that shit. And I don't even want to be a teacher. I'm just trying to design a school. I don't play with them, y'all. I'm talking about the whole time, y'all. I'm subbing, learning all this stuff, going to PDs, all this different stuff. Look, professional development. I get to this school. After I left that school, I ain't never had to try to fight so many people in my fucking life. Y'all think I'm in elementary school or something. I actually have to stand there and act like I gotta stand there and show them I beat their ass. I'm talking about like we back in like elementary school for real. You gotta stand there and show a bitch you will whoop her ass before she stand and step down out your fucking face. And it's like now they don't even want me to see them. They always creeping somewhere trying to tell somebody my business or tell somebody what to do. What the fuck you doing it for? If you can't come and say that shit in front of me, then what the fuck you doing it for? So that's why it's like, y'all, I just have issues. But as far as belonging to teachers, I always think that I'm a Texas teacher. And that is not an example of being a Texas teacher. Because some of these women, they come from Louisiana, they come from Illinois, they come from Missouri. They never really come from Texas. They never really come from teaching or subbing or anything like that. So that's when you know it's just jealousy. It's hatred. Belonging as a parent, yes. Look, the same group of women did not want me to feel like I belonged as a parent. But who created this show with Kevin? I am just like that woman. Like, it is not a joke. So I've never really had issues as far as belonging as a parent. I'm talking about none. So most parents are just like me. Like, and my son is like, nope. We are going to show them that you are the number one mama. Like, it is not a joke. My son, if I'm having any doubts about being a parent, my son is going to always show me that I'm the number one motherfucker in the world. It is like, he's like, nope, you the number one mama. I'm sorry. Can't nobody else give it to you. If I come to the school, my son would present me like I'm a present. Like, he's like, this is my mom. It's like so cool. It is like so sweet because that's exactly how I would present him. Like, this is my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at your son and look at my son. You know, it's like, oh my God. That's why I want to do the Barack Obama mama. Like, no, look at your son. Look at mine. It is like so fucking fabulous, y'all. I love that he did that. He just used to be like, this is my mom. This is Shantae Schuler. It is like so sweet. Oh my God. He was like 6 or 7 years. Have y'all seen the pictures? Like, I don't think that he know that he that fucking cute. It's like, I don't even see how he would get in trouble. People be like, yeah, he did this and he did that. And it's like, girl, please, you know you want to squeeze his cheeks. Shut the fuck up. He is so fucking cute. And so that's it. The same way that he would introduce me, that is the same way I probably introduced him. Like, this is my son. He is so freaking cute. What else? That's it. That's all the groups I belong to. As a single woman, I think I'm a good woman. Y'all don't understand? I'm a good friend. So it's like, I don't even worry about that. As a friend, same thing. So it's like, I would, as that goes, I would think about that as a cultural group, and I try to represent everything to the fullest. Like, no matter what I did, like no matter what institution. So if it's Morrison Elementary, I represent. If it's Worth Middle School, I represent. If it's for Cahokia High School, I represent. If it's for East St. Louis, I represent. You understand what I'm saying? If it's for Central Market, I represent all my jobs. If they did me well, I'm just like, no, go there, get you a job, get you some insurance, hang out with the people. You will have the best time of your life because it's like an international place. And it's like all you can do is improve your DNA. That's it. Like Central Market is all about improve your DNA while you're in here. It's almost like if it was a robot, that's what it would be like. Welcome to Central Market. This is a place where you, your friends, and your family can improve your DNA. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like so many different types of people, and they want to teach you their language, and they want to teach you about the food, and they'll teach you how to cook the food. You can take cooking classes, all this different stuff, and it's all centered around food, which is in most cultures that's what it is: the food and the wine. It's like that is it. Um, what else? As far as Urban and Farmers Branch, I will represent them to the fullest because those kids are some kids that have supported me through this whole time. And they know what happened during the Bush administration, and then they try to do that in the Trump administration. It's like they were the people, they were actually there when I said it. So somebody was stalking me at that school too. So it's like, y'all, I'm talking about for the rest of my life. I'm Carlton Farmers Branch and Urban till I die, bitch. It's like, what? I'm Texas till I die, ho. What else? Let me see. Oh, as far as being a Texan, I love being a Texan. I'm sorry, y'all. I am a Texan. I've been going to Houston since I was 3 years old. I'm a fucking Texan. I've been living in Dallas since I was since 2003. I don't know how old I was. I think I was like 27 or something like that. But yeah, I'm a Texan till I die. I don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. I'm a Texan. I'm just like my son to my heart. I ain't gonna tell him, but I am. I'm East St. Louis too to my heart. So it's like I don't have a lot of experience in Louisiana. I just love the people from Louisiana, and that's it. Like it's just like I don't know. I haven't lived in Louisiana, but I think I really need to start my school in Louisiana because I'm tired of looking at people that are stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay if I could, as far as my school go, I would pay for other people to come there and teach. I would pay very well and offer housing and cars. They need housing and cars. I'm not joking, and they still need to be paid because I just cannot stand that these people have been this fucking ignorant when I have met them from Louisiana. And I'm talking about the teachers, the parents, the culture. You just like this shit is not that is not the Louisiana that I know. And so I would actually I started school in Louisiana for real. I think about Illinois and it's like, okay, but y'all still got good teachers. You think about Texas, y'all still got good teachers. But to have a cultural school in Louisiana, yeah. And to have people just really with some education that'll come and help in the community and stuff. Because it's like if they get a salary job, they got a car, they got a place to come back to and lay their head that's safe. And they can bring families too. Like maybe if we had a building where we can just get them a floor for themselves, or split the floor for two families or whatever, have a single dorm for single people. But it's just like for real, like we gotta really help Louisiana because for real, they behind in a lot of shit. And that's what's happening too. I think a lot of these people are people from Louisiana that should have been back in jail that are actually affecting the St. Louis and East St. Louis area. So these some criminals, y'all. I'm not joking. They criminals for real. So that's it. Like it's like I guess that's it for me. So that's what you have to think about in your cultural iceberg, your identity iceberg. These are things that you have to get in touch with. And sometimes listen to how I talk. Like I'm talking like I'm blaming other people. I'm not. It's like you got to really look at the problem and state the facts. Okay. So don't get into a point where you feel like it's negative because everything is not your fault. So when you start to go through the cultural identity iceberg, or if you go through some of these questions and you feel like, oh my God, some of this could be my fault, or I'm like this, that, and the other. And it's like, nah, for real. Even if you have been racist or whatever, think about it. If you're going to heal yourself from that point on, then it's like start to think positive about what's going on. So I think about it in that way. If you've been abused in any way, that's not your fault. Like, so some of these things, you'll answer the questions. Maybe you're not a part of these groups. Maybe you on your own, you by yourself. Why are you by yourself? What happened? And is that area a safe place for you? Do you think now that you need to move? You know what I'm saying? Because some people were doing articles too back in the day. Like, it doesn't matter where you move to, you will have the same situations. No, the fuck you won't. Every environment is different. So it's like don't think that just because you live in some bum hick town or you live in some big city or whatever that's it. That's the end all be all. It's other places you can go and you will have a very safe and secure life. Especially if that's not the environment that's like helping you do anything. You don't have to be there. You don't have to stay. So that's it. Anyway, Shantae Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicorns telling y'all, look, have a good day. Like for real, identify your cultural parts of your cultural identity iceberg. In this part, this question will go in the middle because it's something that people don't know about you. So this will be your deep level, but not your unconscious. You see what I'm saying? So this is like a deep level question. All right. Anyway, have a good day. Man, let me repeat the question. Blake, I thank you and I love you. I gotta repeat the question, y'all. I can't see it. I can't see it though. I can't see the question. Okay, what does being a part of a specific cultural group mean to each of us? And so think about it in all parts, every part that you are, race, culture, everything, and see, what does that mean to you? Like, what does it mean to you? And it'll instill pride too, because if it's something like like Irish people have the rings and they if they flip around if they married, and Asian women have like these certain type of dresses they wear. Oh my god, Indian people, like it's like so many different things that you can relate to. And so that's what you really want to do, is when you get through answering this question, you want to feel positive about who you are. But if in exchange you find out something negative and it's like something that you're not proud of, it's a new day and age. It's not like everything is not your responsibility. You see? And you can just start to try to change some. And if it's something that's still being affected by other people, then sit there and change the world. Don't wait for it to change itself. Anyway, that's it. Blake, I thank you. I love you. You guys have a great day.